First and foremost, all praises are due to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth. Salutations to the brothers around the four corners of the earth who are teaching this word in truth and sincerity. And shalom to the hopeful elect who listen and believe in this word. This is Brother Karwatazah Abad coming at you with another lesson. This one is entitled, Yahweh Shai was sent for the Israelites only. Let's start off with Matthew, the 15th chapter, verse 21. Then Yahweh Shai went thence and departed into the coast of Tyre and Sidon. That would be modern-day Lebanon today. Matthew 15 and 22. And behold, a woman of Canaan, which would make her a Canaanite, which would be her lineage comes from Ham. As you know, Noah had three sons, Ham, Japheth, and Shem, who repopulated the earth after the flood. So Canaan comes out of the lineage of Ham, okay? And that would be today, modern day, the Sudan, okay? Your darker African people, okay, in the Sudanese area. So let's continue on. Let's read that again. Matthew 15 and 22. And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, Have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with a devil. Matthew 15 and 23. But he, this is Yahweh Shai, answered her not a word. And his disciples came and besought him, saying, Send her away, for she crieth after us. So they're saying, are you able to help her? Assist her. Matthew 15 and 24. But he answered, this is Yahweh Shai, and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You see? So that right there proves my point. That's the main point of the lesson. Yahweh Shai came for the Israelites only. Okay, the lost sheep of the house of Israel. The Hebrew Israelites are composed of so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and we are scattered around the world. But a lot of us are here in Babylon. That's where the big judgment is going to take place on the day of the Lord here in Babylon, America. But we are scattered everywhere in all of the countries around the world, okay? Because like he told Abraham, your seed will be like the stars of heaven, all right, and like the sand of the sea. So let's continue on. Matthew 15 and 25. Then came she and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. But he, Yahweh Shai, answered and said, It is not meet to take the children's bread and cast it to the dogs. So what he was saying there is, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So he's given a bit of a parable. It's not meet for me to take the children's bread, which we know he's coming for us. We're his children. We're under Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai is under Yahweh. So we are the children of Yahweh Shai. So it's not meet for me to give you time when I'm trying to gather the lost sheep of the house of Israel and bring them back into the fold, bring them back into knowledge of themselves, awaken their spirits, because he was the shepherd. So he's trying to gather the sheep. So he doesn't have time to really be focusing on helping other people out. This is about my Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters, okay? The 12 tribes, the 12 who are the 12 sons of Jacob. So that's what he's concerned with primarily. That was his duty, was to come down here on the planet Earth, and that was his job, to gather the lost sheep that have gone astray. So I really don't have time to be dealing with other nations, other groups of people, okay? That's what he was saying with that little analogy there, that metaphor, or should I say a bit of a parable, I would say. All right, Matthew 15 and 27. And she said, Truth, Lord. She said, okay, you're right. You are absolutely right. Yet the dogs eat of the crumbs which fall from their master's table. So even the dogs who don't get the best of the food all the time, they will still eat the crumbs that fall from their master's table. And that's talking about, it's talking about in that instance with her also getting help from Yahweh Shai for her daughter, but it's also talking about in the future on the day of the Lord, okay? When the day of the Lord comes, of course, the elect are going to be beamed up in the chariots. You're going to have nuclear fire coming from the nuclear bombs from other nations hitting Babylon, America, all right? You're going to have chariot fire coming from the chariots of Yahweh Shai and the Lord all over the world, but specifically hitting here in America. That's where the main action is going to take place. All right, so she's saying, hey, don't the dogs even eat of the crumbs? That's talking about the other nations. All right, the other nations are going to be underneath us, okay? but they are going to bring tributaries. After the kingdom, starts for 1,000 years, Yahweh Shai is going to gather his elect, and for 1,000 years, they're going to reign with him. Okay, the 1/3 of the Hebrew Israelites that make it on the day of the Lord. The other 2/3 will be destroyed either before the day of the Lord, via judgment, or on the day of the Lord, which is judgment, okay, in the lake of fire. All right, but they'll be born back through the kingdom as babies through the 1/3 their loins. But the crumbs will go to the other nations. So the other nations will pay us tributaries. Okay, they're going to listen to us. They're going to learn our laws, statutes, and commandments. They're not going to have the same bodies and the same power as us, but they're still going to be able to get the crumbs, okay, and survive, off of what we bring to the table, giving them the knowledge of the law. The law is going to be in our inward parts, but we're going to give them the knowledge of how to live righteous, how to do the law properly, all right? Because it's going to be in our inward parts, starting with the elect that make it into the kingdom first on this side, and then the 2/3 that make it through, born through the loins, okay, after the 1,000-year period is up, or during that 1,000 years, they'll be born through the loins of the 1/3, okay? So she's saying, hey, we'll even just take the crumbs. So the other nations, they're going to come to us. They're going to look at us. We're going to be gods to them, okay? We're going to have eternal, we're going to live, have eternal life. We're going to be immortals. We're going to have various powers. We can't even describe, we can only think in our mind the power that we're going to have. We don't really know the extent of the power that we're going to have. We're going to be able to go to other galaxies. We're going to be able to, like Yahweh Shai says, my house has many mansions, okay? So there's other galaxies and planets that are going to be explored, and Yahweh Shai went to prepare, those mansions, for the elect. He's getting those prepared now for the past 2,000 years. That's going to be for the elect. You're going to be able to travel in the speed of light. So you're going to have immense power. All right. So the other nations, they're going to be happy with the crumbs, okay, that come from your table. All right. Essentially, that's all she said. Hey, I'll take the crumbs, So Matthew 15:28. Then Yahweh Shai answered and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith. Be it unto thee even as thou wilt. So, you have great faith. I'm going to help you out. Okay. And her daughter was made whole from that very hour. Okay. So he helped her daughter out anyway and healed her daughter, even though she was not an Israelite. She was a Canaanite. All right. But the gist of the lesson was Yahweh Shai was sent for the Israelites only, the Hebrew Israelites only, essentially. He was only sent for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. The same with the elders and apostles of the various camps, the prophets, the teachers, the evangelists. We're only supposed to be going to and preaching this gospel to the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites. It's for them. It's not for anybody else. Now, the word has to go out and everybody else has to hear it. The other nations, they also have to hear it. They got to hear their fate. They got to hear, the day of the Lord is coming. They still got to hear that the nuclear bombs are coming and are going to destroy Babylon, and lake of fire is going to be here and America is going to be destroyed. They still have to hear that. But the main emphasis is for the teachers, the elders, the apostles, the bishops to help to gather the elect of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. This is about the elect because all of our people aren't going to take heed to the word. A lot of our people are going to dismiss the word. They're not going to pay attention. They're going to go about living their lives, their best lives. They like America. They like fucking Esau, the devil, the white so-called white man. They want to keep living this lie in this matrix system, that's falling apart day by day, brick by brick. This civilization is breaking down right before your eyes. Okay, you got the trains that are maybe that might go on strike with all types of goods and things that the economy needs. There may be food shortages from the truck drivers complaining about diesel prices. So you got all these things that are on the cusp of just blowing up. All right, everything is stirring up in the pot. It's heating up real nice in the cauldron. And it's going to explode. It's going to explode. But a lot of our people are not taking heed. They think that everything's it's hunky-dory and it's going to continue on as it's supposed to continue on. They're going to look towards Esau for the answer. A lot of our people are going to take that CHIP, and they're going to be destroyed, point blank. So on that note, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakak Wadash, Shalom.